Morning, it's Patsy. I thought I'd come on today and show you my charm collections, or what I've got so far. I'll keep adding to it, but this is what it looks like at the minute. I've got the dice in here for the numbers. I've also got little numbers. I want to get some little letters. I haven't been able to find them yet. I've got bigger ones that I could dig into and if I needed them, but they're too big really for the style of most of my charms. I think it would kind of overtake them, so I need to get something sort of Scrabble size or smaller. But I've got my witches, I don't know if you can see here, my witches runes in here as well. They're amongst them all. There we go, look, there you go. So I've got the witches in there. I've got a penny. What else have I got? I've got one of my small crystal angels, that's amongst them. And then all these little charms that have got different symbols. I'm just trying to find some. They're not, it's like an anchor, which I read as like an Normand anchor. I've got some tarot ones as well, like the cup, for the cup suit. I do have the spider's web for everything being connected. See what else I've got here. I have the symbol of a ghost, which I use as spirit trying to connect. I have love hearts, obviously for the love. What else have I got in here? We have cross, which I either use very much like a Lenormand, burdens and what have you. I have dragonflies. What else do I have? I have corn, fat abundance. I'm trying to think. It's a different anchor. I have leaves for that. It can be sort of, I use it for different things really. Sometimes it's for grounding energy, other times it's for movement, because leaves move, don't they? I have a little tree, if you can see there. I have stars, dream catchers, which is very much like a web. I don't think you can really, they go that like a web. What else do I have? I have butterflies, the school, which I use as the death card, like in the tarot, the death card. I'm trying to think what else we have in here that is similar to tarot. I have the significators of the male. The male has the blue on the top, and there is one somewhere amongst all this with the female with a pink on the top. That's how I use them, male and female. I know that's quite a thingy, but it's just how it's easy for me to know whether I've got a male or a female energy. I have a key. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can show you this one. A little key there. Again, that can be used as the Lenormand key, or just a key, depending on what the question is and what I'm getting up. Got a baby's bottle here. Okay, for obviously for baby stuff. I've got a big ring here, which is like a female ring. There is a male one somewhere, for marriage and that kind of thing, and partnerships. What's this one? Okay, that one says freedom. We have the laurel wreath there for the victory, like it is on the Six of Wands. I've got a sewing machine here, which I use as things need to be pulled together, there's things that needs to be repaired. Again, it will depend on what the reading is about and whatever. There's another little key there. We have a feather there, a totem there, We have the moon energy with this one. There's a little fairy in the moon, but I use that as the moon energy. Oh, there's a female there. And we have a lock. I've got a microphone here, which I use for like when you need to speak up about something, when there's something that you're not saying that you need to get off your chest kind of thing and not be holding in. I kind of used it for that. And then I've got things like the Santa, you know, which I use for energy for around the Christmas time. Oh, I don't know where that went. Oh, fell down there. We have the letter, which again I use as the Lenormand meaning. Oh, what else have I got here? That's the end of a heart. This one we have hope. Another star there. Butterflies. Oh, there we go. There's a dagger there, which again I use like the meaning of the Ace of Swords in tarot. I have a seat there, what I use as taking time out to rest and not be so rushed off your feet kind of thing, just to take time to breathe. There's another key there. That's a little heart, what says love on it, made with love. And then we have the elephant energy. I've got a bumblebee amongst here somewhere as well. And the Eros. Oh, I'm trying to get it picked up. Fiddly, like an Eros for love, and then whichever way it's shooting its arrow sort of thing. We have birds amongst it. Again, I use it as the bird energy in the Lenormand. What we got here? Oh, we have somebody reading a crystal ball there. We have another moon energy there. We have our owl for wisdom. Okay, she's gorgeous, that owl. I love this little owl, but that's for wisdom. What else have I got? I have the apple there for temptation. I've showed you that one. This is like the pumpkin of Cinderella, so I use that as sort of movement, forward moving. I have a turtle there, slow energy. I have a little one there what says tarot. I have the triquetra there. I don't know if you can see that, but as you can see, there's all different ones in here that together you can get a story from. Together you can get a message from. We have a shell there as well. I don't know if you can see that. That's a little tiny shell like shape. And another one there. And with that one, it always reminds me of when we was children. You were sort of told if you put one of these to your ear, you could hear the sea wherever you was. So this is something like I use it for like there's something you're not hearing, there's something what's, you know, message what's being given to you, or there's something going on that you're not taking any notice of, you're just not listening. So I kind of use it for that. I've got a boot here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's put that down there. It's a boot. That's, you know, you need to get rid of, there's something you need to get rid of in your life, something what's weighing you down. We have another hand there with the tarot cards in. I think there's any different ones. Oh, I have the axe for like that energy of in the Lenormand of the scythe, you know, clear, quick action of getting a bit like the tower, that kind of action. There we go. There's another little ring there. I have a spoon. It's a tiny little spoon. I don't know if you can see that. Just there, a little spoon for people who are trying to stir trouble for you. People are, you know, not being completely honest with you. I'm trying to think if there's other ones that I've not shown you. I have umbrellas as well. You know, you need to shield yourself from this energy, what's around you at the minute. yeah, so I think that's sort of most of sort of like the major ones that I kind of use. Oh, there's a spinning wheel. I use that as, you know, there's something you need to get creative, that kind of creative energy. Ooh, got some angel wings. What's this? It's little whips. Yeah, so anyway, you kind of get the idea. I do have a gun there as well, that sort of but it depends how it comes up. But usually if that comes up to me, it's usually the energy of don't be rash, don't do something quickly that you might regret, sort of thing, or that kind of energy. Another anchor and more leaves and lots of butterflies for that energy. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh, there we go. I knew there was one in here. There's a little cat there as well. Like I say, each of these will have a way that I read with them. Each of them, depending on how they do fall, will depend on how I read them. Now, you know, I can read these in many different ways, and there's still loads I want to get into this collection, but it's ones that's building up slowly, but I'm getting there. And like I said, it doesn't have to just be these little silvery charms that you can buy. I chuck everything in here, like the numbers, for significant numbers in somebody's life, or how many, if they're asking how many days or how many weeks or whatever. Then, you know, or a birthday if I'm doing spirit reading. There's another little baby's dummy there. Look for that young, you know, young energy of childlike energy. But yeah, so it depends on what the question is. But I will have these and shuffled in, you know, I will have them in, I'll keep them in this, I don't know if you can see, they're in a little pouch that I put in, and then I just store them in my jar. There's my jar that I just store them in. And when I want to read with them, I'll just put them into a bowl, then I'll just give them a good old shake, and then, or even in my bag, and just grab a handful and throw them. Depending on where they lay and how they lay and all that kind of thing, I'll get a reading at them. One thing that I do like to do, and I might start doing it on the channel, I will start using these more on the channel, but let's just move these out of the way, kind of show you. Just move some of the charms out of the way. There's a horseshoe there for some good luck, just there. So this is not going to obviously be a proper one because they've just been pushed to the side, so they're not being put up properly. And I'll just grab a card or two cards or whatever. Let's just get a card, say a daily card, and we have the Eight of Swords. There we go. I'll just take one off the top. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to. No, it's not going to show you. There you go. Put it just there. The Eight of Swords. So then what you would do is you would just get a handful of your charms out of your bag or whatever. You have to shook them. Obviously I've not shook them, and then I will throw them down. And oh, turn this one over, see what this one is. And the heart. There we go. So, and that female was one that come out with it as well. So, you know, you would then read that as a whole message. So you've got like the Eight of Swords, that your mind is keeping you trapped. You're not really stuck in this energy. It's just keeping yourself there. You've got that much going on in your mind, that much in your head. You can't really see your way forward. It's that energy of mental energy where you're overthinking things, you're thinking things are not going to turn out, you think you're in a position that you can't get out of. It's that kind of energy with the Eight of Swords, when in fact, you know, there is always a way that you can get out. You're not, you know, you're not stuck there by any other means than what's going on in your head. So, you know, with the heart coming up, it's sort of saying, listen to your heart center, go to your heart, try not to let that mind overtake that heart space and what you know is real and what's not real, because our head can make things up. Do you know what I mean? Our head can put ideas and thoughts there that are not real. So sometimes we just need to go to that heart center. But then with these other ones around, it could be that you're in this center because of a relationship. It's probably a relationship that's causing you to feel like you're trapped and you can't move forward. And this little fairy here, I don't know if you can see here, this little fairy here, she's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Her hands are on the side of her face. She's just got that expression where she's sort of looking in, sort of all like, you know, I can't believe it was. And this is kind of what your head's doing. It's sort of putting these ideas into your head, like something's whispering in your ear, if you like, that, you know, and making these thoughts form in your head, and what have you. So it could be that you've got yourself into this situation because of a relationship and what people have been saying to you about this relationship. It could be with a female coming out. It could be a female who's sort of whispering things in your ear and making you unsure of this relationship, and this is putting doubts into your head and making you feel like you're trapped in this situation because there's no way forward. And it's because you're listening to other people, you're not listening to your heart. So that's the kind of thing that you can get when you use charms alongside tarot cards, oracle cards, or what have you. You can actually get a bit of a more added to the reading. So this is, like I said, this is just a quick example of what you can do. You can do it with as many cards as you want and however many charms, but you can use them on their own. You don't need to have any other form of divination. You can just get a handful and throw them down. You can have boards or just the 4 different elements and see where they fall in the elements with spirit in the center and that kind of thing. So it's open to whatever you want to do with them, really, but they're a really fun way of adding to, and just as a form of divination in themselves. Like I said, my collection is nowhere near finished. I just want to keep adding to it. It's just getting other things to add to it. And like I said, I am looking for letters because I can do spirit readings with these too. So letters would be handy for you know, names and what have you. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on quickly and kind of show you my collection and how I do work with them, and that these will be included more into my channel. So thanks for watching, and I hope it wasn't too boring for you, and I'd be interested to hear if you've got a collection and whether you're looking forward to seeing more of this kind of thing on the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.